Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar organized by Doxity in partnership with the University of Liverpool. My name is Carolina, nice to meet you all, and I'll be your host for today's event on behalf of Doxity. I see here that the first people are already starting to join in. We're going to wait a few minutes before starting to allow everyone to connect. In the meantime, feel free to say hi on our chat here on Zoom, and please tell us where you're from since we're very curious. First of all, I want to thank everyone for joining us and thank our panelists for being here with us today. As you can see, I'm not alone. I want to introduce you all to Stacey Jones, Program Coordinator for Academic Practice and Law, and Rivi Bryant, Admissions Advisor, Nima, Program Coordinator for Computer Science, Megan Barker, Student Support Advisor, Isabella Di Piero, Marketing Manager, and Elspeth McFadden, Program Director for the Management Program. Welcome, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you.
Together with them, we are going to discover all the benefits of an online degree, get valuable information about the admission process, and also learn more about how online study works at the University of Liverpool, of course, and how students are supported throughout their studies. And of course, you'll also have the possibility to interact with our speakers and ask them questions. Talking about that, I'd like to remind you that after the presentation, we will have a Q&A session where you'll be able to ask direct questions to the panelists. So don't be shy and just type all of your questions in the Q&A section here in Zoom, and we'll go through them at the end of the webinar. Also, for those of you interested in receiving a certificate of attendance by Doxity for this free masterclass, stay tuned because we will post the link to get the certificate at the end of the session. Okay, I see here that we have some more people connected. Welcome to those who just joined us. And I think we are able to start now. Without further ado, I'm now leaving the floor to our panelists for their presentation. So thank you so much. Enjoy and see you later.
Thank you, Carolina. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. So I'm Isabella. I'm from the University of Liverpool online programmes. I'm just here to give a brief overview of the university before passing on to our team. So let's get started. Our speakers today are Elspeth, Rivi and Megan, who will provide information on each section and answer your questions at the end, along with our other panelists. So for today's agenda, we're just going to have a look at why you should study with the University of Liverpool, learn about the online programmes available, following on with how student support team will be on hand to help you throughout your studies if you do choose to study with us, and finishing with the admissions and enrolment process with Rivi. We'll also have time for questions at the end of the session, but as Carolina mentioned, do feel free to drop them into the chat or Q&A as we go through, and we will review these and pick these up at the end. So just a bit of information about Liverpool. So University of Liverpool is the original red brick, as it's known. It was founded in 1881, and we're a member of the prestigious Russell Group, along with many other UK institutions. Some great facts are that we are ranked in the top 200 universities in the world. We have over 20,000 online graduates since starting online degrees in the year 2000, and a network of over 270,000 alumni in over 187 countries. So we have a strong student community and try to ensure that all our online students have good level of engagement with fellow students and teaching staff as well all throughout your studies. So the course materials have been developed by staff at the university, and we like to deliver an online environment, and our programmes are much more than just a reading list as per other universities. They are interactive and they can be challenging at times, but there is a high level of support when studying with us at the University of Liverpool from not just academics, but also our student support team. So next slide. So all our online studies are part-time, which means that you can fit them around a job or other commitments you may have in your life. and they're 100% online, so there's no campus-based studying. The VLE is also on demand, so you can study whenever you want throughout the day, whatever time zone you're in as well. And there's access to your course through the VLE, along with reading materials. Once you complete your studies with us at the University of Liverpool, if you do choose to study with us, you will graduate on campus. And this is a nice way of actually seeing Liverpool as well. And you'll mix with other students that were doing a maybe perhaps similar program on campus. Finally, here's just a quick overview of some of the course areas that we have. So we've got management, computer science, academic practice, law, medicine and health sciences, and also psychology. I shall pass on to Elspeth. Just to say, we also do have on our website a VLE video which you can watch to see how our VLE does work, which isn't covered in this webinar, but there is other links on our website regarding that. Pass over to you, Elspeth.
Thanks, Lizzie. Hi, everybody, and welcome to this presentation. I was going to say it's nice to see you, but I actually can't see you at the moment, but it's nice that you're here. So let me just give you a little rundown about the programs that we offer. First of all, our students tend to be professional and have a lot of practical experience. So that means that our learning activities are grounded in shared learning and experience, which is useful because then you can learn from each other, not just from your lecturers. So we encourage online discussion in our forums, and those are supported and facilitated by our teaching staff, most of whom have at least a PhD in the subject area that they're teaching. We also have activities which are focused on your professional development. So it's not all essays and exams, and in fact our exams are pretty much limited. Most programs don't have any. We try to ensure that the curriculum is based on your real-world work environments, and that you can use what you learn in your own workplace or professional environment. So in the next section, I'll talk about each of the programs, and also to show that you can actually pursue different levels of qualification. You might decide to start on a postgraduate certificate, for example, and see how you feel, and then proceed to a longer program. And that's quite useful because then you can see how much time it's taking you to do the modules, and whether you want to continue on after you've got your certificate or your diploma. So a number of students decide to do this. So we have, as an overview, 7 management programs which are triple accredited by AMBA, AA, CSB and EQUIS. The website has more details on that. We also have 6 computer science programs, some of which require computing experience, and some which are designed for individuals who want to enter the field or learn more. These are all accredited by the British Computing Society. And we have several programs in health, including the Masters in Public Health, and a range of psychology programs. And we currently have 1 program in law. The programs are assessed through different types of coursework. As I say, we only have a very small number of exams, and most programs actually don't have any at all. So students study in their own time through mobile learning platform, and the activities might include, for example, discussion forums, which include input from our lecturing team, as well as interactive activities and essential reading. You'll be expected to spend around about 15 to 20 hours a week on your studies, including reading, coursework, activities, preparing for assessments, or working through the materials. The modules are generally 8 weeks long, and they run throughout the year. You can take a break from your study if you wish. So the MBA has modules that are 6 weeks long rather than 8 weeks, but otherwise most programs are 8 weeks. And most programs consist of 8 modules and 1 dissertation, although the Masters in Public Health and the MBA are different. And our admissions team can tell you more about that. Our lecturers have office hours during the module, so you can obtain additional guidance and support if required. And we also have teams of academic colleagues behind the scenes to support you. There is also a large student support team, and you'll find out more about their support later in the session from Megan. So let's see, we're on, let's go on to management. Now I'm biased, of course, because I am the management programme director. So, but it is, the programmes on management are one of our most popular. All the programmes except the MBA are open to you if you don't have previous management experience. The MBA, on the other hand, requires you to be working in an organisation at a relative senior level already. And that means that your student peers will bring their experiences with them to the learning process as well. So we actually can get some very interesting conversations with the MBA students. Most of the programme titles speak for themselves, and our admissions team can provide more information about the details. Unlike many other management programmes you may find from other providers, these programmes are very focused. You may find other suites of programmes share generic modules across programmes, but this approach is very limited with our provision. The Digital Marketing, International Human Resource Management and the MSc in Management programmes share 4 modules, one of which is the Research Methods module, but otherwise all modules are for the particular programme only. Finance and Investment Management, MBA, Project Management and Healthcare Leadership all have dedicated programme-specific modules, and we encourage students to develop an online community by learning by progressing through the programme together. The management school Liverpool's management school is prestigious because it not only is it obviously part of the Russell Group, but it's also triple accredited by AMBA, the Association of MBAs, and the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, AACSB, and EQUIS, which is the European Foundation of Management Development Accreditation. There are very few management schools who have triple accreditation, and even fewer who are also part of the Russell Group. Next slide, please, Lizzie. So we have 6 computing science MSc programmes. 2 of these, the computer science conversion and the data science and artificial intelligence conversion programmes, are designed for individuals who are new to the field, although all the programmes are available if you don't already have computing experience. Our admissions team can offer advice on which programme is best for you. Computing is one of the fastest growing employment sectors, and even if you don't wish to work directly in the field, it is important to have an understanding of how the systems work and developing technologies in the sectors of business, law, education and health. The interface between these fields is growing in importance and will be a huge asset for future career and employment opportunities. This programme is also accredited by the BCS, which I see has changed its name to the Chartered Institute of Information Technology, which means that the programme meets international standards and benchmarks for quality and relevant learning that is regularly updated and the high standards of the profession. Next slide, please, Izzy. So our academic practice programme is designed for individuals who work in the higher education sector and wish to enhance their learning and teaching skills, understanding and knowledge. There are 2 pathways, one which is accredited by the UK Higher Education Academy and one which is designed for people who wish to learn more but may not find themselves in a lead teaching role at the moment. So the accredited programme, Pathway 2, also includes the award of Fellowship of the Higher Education Academy, or an FHEA. Students on the non-accredited pathway, or Pathway 1, may also apply for the fellowship, but this is currently a separate process. Participants on this programme are usually lecturers at university, and there is a large emphasis on peer learning and support. Indeed, the lecturers themselves on the programme act more as facilitators, leading participants and sharing their knowledge and experience, and encouraging the participant cohort to do the same. There is a strong international and global vision which underpins the materials, and the different perspectives add particular value to the discussions. And those of you who would like to take the second pathway, it is useful to have other students there, so you can bounce ideas off one another, so that you can develop your fellowship. It's much easier that way. Next slide, please, Izzy. So the LLM in International Business Law is an exciting opportunity to enhance your CV or experience in a new direction, or to extend your current experience in law by adding a business perspective. The programme is ideal if you work in a corporate setting or aim to work in one at a more senior level. It provides you with the strong disciplinary and critical analysis skills that are essential in modern business settings. The individuals who take this programme are looking to ensure they are well placed for promotion and senior level positions. The programme accepts students from a range of disciplinary backgrounds, and previous academic experience in law is not required, although there are law graduates on the programme, and the syllabus is designed to ensure that they benefit from the business perspectives that are critical to promotion. This programme is also well suited for individuals who are working in the fields of government and regulation. Next slide, please. So there are two programmes that we feature under health, the Healthcare Leadership and the Masters in Public Health. Healthcare Leadership actually comes under management, but there are some modules that are supported by health. So that's why Healthcare Leadership is also featured under the management list. So it's designed for individuals working in the healthcare field who are looking to augment their skills in management, leadership and innovation in healthcare services. The Master in Public Health field is of increasing importance, especially when considering pandemics, natural disasters and conflict areas. It is designed for individuals working for governmental, health, service management and policy applying roles at all levels. It is a multidisciplinary subject area which draws on many areas of knowledge and experience. This ethos is closely aligned to the World Health Organization's principles and practices. The student cohort is our most diverse, with individuals from many countries with a wide range of experiences which are drawn upon and shared during the learning activities. A number of activities feature collaboration with other students, which fosters a community of learning and experience which extends beyond the time of the programme. Liverpool itself is a world-renowned institution for its expertise in this field. The programme is accredited by the Agency for Public Health Education, and the lecturing team are experienced professionals who have extensive knowledge in the different topics which are covered in the syllabus. Next slide, please, Izzy. So we have 3 psychology programmes which we offer to students. The psychology conversion programme is meant for students who may not have a background in psychology, but are aiming for a career change and wish to augment their expertise. It is accredited by the British Psychological Society. The mental health and organisational and business psychology programmes are not accredited, but offer students a more general psychology experience and are more professionally focused. The first 4 modules of the programme are shared, so there is an opportunity for you to start one programme and then consider changing to one of the other programmes if you meet the academic requirements. The mental health psychology will help students to achieve stage 1 of the BPS, providing you already have graduate basis. If you aren't looking for the accreditation, however, the programme is still valuable by providing training for working as an assistant psychologist or working in a range of chronic health or health promotion fields. The Organisation and Business Psychology programme covers areas of leadership, coaching, organisational change and talent management, which is aimed at individuals who wish to understand how psychological approaches can be applied in a business environment and how to support individuals within organisations. Almost all the lecturers are BPS accredited and have PhDs in the relevant fields of knowledge. And next slide, please, Izzy. So our admissions team can help you decide which programme is best for you. All our programmes are led by experienced teaching colleagues who are experienced at master's and PhD level and who may also be actively engaged in cutting-edge research activities. Lecturers are an important part of the learning process and can offer individual support when required, through office hours or by arrangement. We have a rigorous recruitment process and work closely with our academic teams so that we provide a high level of student satisfaction and academic support. So that's our other whistle-stop tour through the programmes that we offer. And I'm now going to hand you over to Megan, who's going to talk to you about student support and other student areas. Thank you.
Thank you, Elspeth. So I'm Megan, one of the student support advisors here at Liverpool. So as you can see on the screen, we've got a couple of different teams here at Liverpool that can help support you throughout your studies to make sure you've got the relevant support in place to make sure you feel confident and well equipped to complete your programme. So we've got the student support team that can help with any general sort of non-academic queries, the study skills team for any general academic skills support, the student welfare and the student experience teams as well. And can I get the next slide, please? So the student support team here at Liverpool are always on hand to help students during their studies. As I mentioned, we specifically help with sort of non-academic matters, such as you're experiencing any extenuating circumstances that may be impacting on your ability to study. We appreciate that students experience both highs and lows during their studies, so we're always happy to meet with students to discuss their options and look at available support during their studies, especially if they're going through any sort of unexpected or difficult times. We're always on hand to help support whenever needed. We can also provide students with further guidance if they're unable to submit an assignment or if they feel like they need a break during their studies for any reason. We can also help out with any sort of technical issues you may face with the online learning platform. So, for instance, if a student can't access a certain resource or if they can't log in for the time being, we're more than happy to look into this in the first instance and help to resolve this as soon as possible. Or we can refer this to the technical teams as well to get that extra level of support. In the case that we are unable to handle queries directly, we can also signpost students to the relevant teams and departments that will be most appropriate to advise further or to provide further support. So in the first instance, it's always best to reach out to the student support team and we can guide you where we can. As it mentions on the screen, our office hours are from Monday to Thursday from 8:30 till 7 p.m. UK time, and Fridays we're open from 8:30 till 5 p.m. UK time. So you can reach us via email or telephone, and we do have a live chat support facility on the learning platform too, which is there for any sort of quick questions you may have during the studies. And can I get the next slide, please? So we also have the study skills team, which can help students with any general academic skill development to ensure that students are in the best place possible to study most efficiently. This can include academic writing, reading and research, referencing, and English language support too. So we do have a dedicated study skills advisor that can assist with English language support, aimed at students for whom English is their second language. The study skills team have also put together a wide range of useful resources on academic skills support available on the learning platform in the Study Skills Hub. So this is continually being developed as well. If students do ever feel like they need an extra bit of support, the study skills team can also arrange one-to-one sessions, and they regularly put in place workshops too. So these will focus on different academic skills. Likewise, you can also contact the study skills team via phone or email, and they're available from Monday to Friday from 8:30 till 5 p.m. UK time. You can get next slide, please. For support with student welfare, I'd like to show you that we have a dedicated disability officer who can help students look at any challenges they may be facing during their studies, and it can help to put in place reasonable adjustments to ensure they're receiving the relevant support to help them succeed. Students are welcome to reach out to the team at any point during the studies if they feel they need this extra support. We also have a range of useful resources available on the Learn platform too, to assist if students are experiencing challenges with their mental health or well-being during their studies too. We also recognise that we have a duty of care in creating a safe online learning environment for all students to undertake their studies. Therefore, I'd like to show you that we do have safeguarding officers in place as well, and these issues are taken very seriously, so if a student ever needs to raise anything, these will be dealt appropriately too. All information about welfare and disability support are accessible for all students on the Learning platform too at any point during the studies if they feel they need to seek out this extra level of support. But in the first instance, students are always welcome to reach out to the student support team, and we can look into the available options and signpost to the correct areas or teams. Next slide, please. And finally, we've got the student experience team. So they're also there to support students on the wider student experience during their studies, and they'll look at student feedback, in considering like social forums and end of module surveys, which they'll complete once students finish the module. These are invaluable. They help to provide feedback, which helps develop the overall student experience on the programs, which can help develop the programs in the future for future students as well. So this feedback is taken really seriously, and it passed over to relevant teams and student councils as well to discuss ways in which we can improve the general sort of student experience while studying. The student experience team are also on hand to look at career opportunities as well. So on the Learning platform, there's a range of career resources which the team have put together to help students further develop their careers. And finally as well, the student experience team are on hand with the graduations too. So at the end of the programme, students are invited to attend the graduations in person if they wish to do so. And the student experience team also really value this feedback at this time to see how the overall experience was for studying with Liverpool as well. So now I'll pass on to Riri to look at the admissions process a little bit more.
Thank you, Megan. So I'm Riri, I'm an admissions advisor for Liverpool, and I'm just going to speak through the student journey and the admissions process with you today, just to get you started when you apply. So can I go to the first slide, please, Izzy? So once you're ready to submit an application, you can do this via our website using the link on this slide, and your application should include the following documents. So we would need your ID, a CV, your degree certificates and translations if necessary, a personal statement of around 300 words, and evidence of English language. So this can include an IELTS test of 6.5 or above. We can also accept TOEFL, or we can consider some school certificates over a certain grade as well. If you don't have any of the above evidence, not to worry, we do have an online test called KTE, which we can set you upon application as well. So there is always that available for you. And the next slide, please. So the admissions process usually begins when a student submits an inquiry about the programme they're interested in. Once they've submitted the inquiry, you'll be assigned a dedicated admissions advisor, such as myself, who will answer your queries about the course and make sure you're completely happy before you submit an application. It is free to apply, and you can apply through the application form on our website. Once you've applied and all documents have been received and reviewed by admissions, your application will then be ready to submit for review with the Director of Studies, which usually takes around 10 working days to receive an outcome. If the outcome is successful, you will be notified by your admissions advisor with the good news, and you'll be sent an offer letter, which you should pay the deposit with the offer and submit the acceptance form for the offer as well within 14 days of receipt in order to be enrolled onto the programme. And the next slide, please, Izzy. The tuition fees for the online programmes do differ depending on which programme and level of qualification you're applying for. So if you're applying for a postgraduate award, which is 30 credits, The duration will be 5 months and the fees are 2,811. The PG cert is 5,623 and the PG dip is 11,246. And the next slide, please. So as well as those qualifications, we also have full master's programs. So they are all 30 months in duration and they're 180 credits each. So the fees are for the Master of Science programs, it will be £16,868, and that is the same along with our Master of Public Health program. So the MPH is the same cost as the MSc, and the MBA program is £23,153, and all of these programs can be paid for as well in monthly installments. And the next slide, please. So with these programs, we do offer scholarships for the courses. So we have regional scholarships of up to 15% for international students based overseas in eligible countries. We also have a 5% upfront payment discount for students who aren't paying in monthly installments and prefer to pay their fees upfront for the program. We also offer a 10% alumni discount for University of Liverpool alumni. And for some of our programs as well, we do offer a 15% to 20% executive scholarship at the moment. So if you would like to know any more about the scholarships available and if you're eligible for any of the scholarships, you can inquire through the admissions team. We have a live chat. You could submit an inquiry online or you can give us a phone call as well. And the fees and scholarships are all listed on the website as well under the program pages. So you should be able to find them all there as well. And I think I'm handing back over to Izzy now.
Thanks, Reeving. And just to say, them fees were £24.25. So they're from our October intake, I believe, aren't they, Reeving?
That's right, yeah.
So there's a small typo there. Yeah, any questions really? I'll just have a quick check and pass back to Carolina.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the interesting debate. I would like to remind you that you still have time to do questions, so don't be shy and just type all your free questions in the Q&A box. But let's start with the first one. Do you have a course for DBA in Business Administration online?
We don't. We don't do PhD programs online. So we offer a master's in business administration, but we unfortunately don't have a DBA, sorry.
Thank you. And the next question is, can I still study in Liverpool University but living in South Africa? And can I enter if I only have a bachelor? Is the same student?
Yeah, so the courses can be done from anywhere in the world. As long as you have a laptop or computer, you can access the online master's programs. It depends on the particular program. With the bachelor's degree, as some of the programs do require work experience as well as a bachelor's degree, but I would suggest just to contact the admissions team with the query and we can have a look into it for you and look at any documents before you apply as well if needed.
Thank you so much. And do we need a letter of recommendation to be accepted?
You don't know. So unless this is specifically requested by a director of studies, there's no need for a letter of recommendation to apply. So just the documents are needed that were on the admissions slides previously.
Yeah, and of course, I'd like also to remind you that this webinar is recorded. So we will send you the recording of this webinar on YouTube so that you can see, see again all the presentation and take all the information you want. In the next few days, you will receive the recording. So the next question is, thank you for the invitation. I have a master in management and I want to do a specialization in management in finance, or I have a license in finance accounting and I want to do a master in computer science if it's possible. If you offer this type of courses, I think the question is.
Yeah, of course. So we do offer a master's in finance and investment management, which might be quite suited to the first one there. And then the computer science. So we do have a master's in computer science. As Elspeth went through, we have quite a few management and computing programs. So definitely check out the website and contact the admissions team or download a booklet if you're particularly interested in one of them.
Thank you. So the next question is, are enrollments for digital marketing only in October?
So at the moment, October the 8th is the only intake we have for digital marketing, but I believe 2025 intake dates are just being finalised, so they should be hopefully up on the website soon.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And how many weeks it usually requires the process of enrollment?
So in regard to the full offer, I would say it would take around 2 weeks to assess an application, as it has to go to the Director of Studies. And then we usually say around 2 weeks we give a student to pay and accept to be enrolled and process their enrolment on the programme. So around 4 weeks in total, I say, from starting your application.
Thank you. And do you also offer courses to improve the English level?
We don't have anything specifically as in like a program to improve English, but I think Megan might know more about this with study skills. There is English language support on the program if you require that as well with our study skills team.
Okay, thank you. And can we have a fully funded scholarship?
And we don't have any fully funded scholarships available, I'm afraid. So it's just up to 20% scholarships that are listed on the website for now.
Thank you. And do you need a certification for the English level?
You would, yes. So to apply to the program, you need, if you're an international student, you would need English evidence. So in the form of like an IELTS or a TOEFL test. We can consider some school certificates as well above a certain grade. But if you don't have any of that available, then as I mentioned previously, we do have a free online English test that you can take. So once you've applied, your admissions advisor will be able to discuss that with you and set you up on that test.
Thank you. And Emily also asks if there are any tutors that help during the studies.
Yeah, I can answer that one. Yes. So each module has a lecturer, and the lecturer is there to obviously facilitate you through the module. But there's also office hours, so you can speak to the lecturer face to face over Zoom, and they will also help you with any assignments and so on that you might have, and if you've got any questions and so on. So yes, they're there to support you.
Thank you so much. And also, do you have partner organizations that offer fully funded scholarships? I don't think so, but if you have any information.
And we don't, unfortunately. If they are looking for funding for the program, I would also suggest perhaps looking into employer funding, as sometimes employers have like particular schemes that they can help a student out with tuition. So I would recommend looking into employer funding if you're looking for fully funded.
Thank you. I think it's useful. And are there students' communities or associations?
We're actually looking into that at the moment. So we are looking to see how we can improve our student communities. But generally what happens at the moment is that students, when they're in a module, they tend to set up a WhatsApp group with their fellow students, so they can talk to one another and bounce ideas off one another for their assignments, and just generally provide support for one another. Online can be slightly, you might feel slightly isolated, so it's quite a good idea to set up a community like that anyway.
Thank you. And also, you offer internships or contacts for jobs?
I don't think we have any internships just as the programs are 100% online, but you will get access to the careers team on the program for career development. So they have a lot of good resources available there. They can help with things like CV writing, and they can do like one-to-one sessions and access to like career coaches and things. So there is quite a lot of useful information in regard to careers when you're enrolled as well.
Fantastic, thank you. And the next question is from Lara that asks, how many students you usually accept every year, digital marketing to be precise?
Maybe do you want to take that one?
Yeah, of course. So I don't have that information specifically for each year, but I would say it's around, usually we say around 15 to 20 students per class. So they are quite intimate class sizes.
So we have more than one intake in a year usually. So we might have that number for each term. I think that we are now offering 4 times a year for new students. Is that correct, Rive, if I got that right?
Yeah, I think it's around 4 times. So it's usually around 3 or 4 intakes a year, and they're quite spread out. So usually it would be like January, May, October. So we have quite a few to choose from.
Thank you. And the exams are online too, so they don't need to come to Liverpool to do the exams, right?
No. I can only speak for management here. So none of the management programs have an exam except for the MBA, and the MBA only has one exam, and that's done entirely on the computer. So no, they don't have to. Nobody needs to come anywhere to do the exams. I don't know about the other programs. Stacey, Nima, do you have exams?
We don't have any exams on our programs. No, it's all coursework or assignment based. There is a couple of online tests on the law program, but they are done on the computer online.
Great, thank you. And another question from Emily again is, the lessons are recorded or they are all live, let's say?
Again, that depends on the program. The materials that we have videos, text, diagrams, basically multimedia. So all that's recorded. But we also have synchronous sessions so that students can meet one another and their lecturer. The amount of time that happens will depend on the program. So the MBA program, for example, has a lot of synchronous sessions, whereas some of the other MSc programs have much less. Again, I can't talk for the other programs. That's for management. Don't know about the others. Stacey, Nima, do you know? But actually, before I hand over to them, synchronous sessions are recorded. Yes. So if you do miss a synchronous session, then you can access the recording on the learning platform. Is that any different from or law or computing or health?
Everything's the same. We pre-record the lecture casts. There's some seminars which you can attend live, but again, they are recorded. And that's the same for law and also academic practice.
It's the same for computing. So as soon as the live seminars are done, a recording of them will be uploaded on the virtual learning environment, so students can have full access in case they've missed it. Yeah,
fantastic. I think this is really useful since some of our students sometimes work during the studies. So it's important to be in time with all the lessons and not to lose anything. Okay, the last question is from Lara again that asks, so do you have multiple enrollments during the year or only in October?
Yeah, I can answer that. So our next intake is in October. But we do have multiple intakes in the year. As Rivi said, usually around about 3 to 4 times a year. So if you want to do digital marketing and you can't make October, or you don't want to come in October, there will be other intakes next year.
Okay, great. I think that this was our last question. Thank you so much for the debate, and also thank to all the students for the really interesting questions. Again, I would like to remind you that you will receive an email in the next few days with the email contact of the university with all the information that you want, and also with the recording of this webinar. So that you can see it again and take all the information and also the contacts of this university. And also, for those of you interested in receiving the certificate of attendance, I'm sharing the link in the chat right now so that you can download it and request it. And here we are. So before we say goodbye, I would like to ask to our panelists if they want to leave our students with a message maybe, or a suggestion.
I just want to say that, I mean, if you do want to apply certainly for the management side, it'll be lovely to see you on the programme, and we'll certainly do our best to support you and help you all the way through the programme. So myself and my team will be there for you, and as I'm sure Megan's team will be in student support, and all the other academic teams as well. So yeah, I really look forward to seeing you if you do come on to the management programmes. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thanks again to our panelists, and thank you to all the students connected with us today. Of course, I hope to see you again in the next webinar organized by Doxity, maybe in partnership with Liverpool University. So goodbye, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you so much.